Welcome to our final Built Different Masterclass session. I am so excited for what I'm about to share today. This is the final step of becoming the treasure keeper of your life. First phase, we anchor at our heart. Our heart sets the direction. The second stage is we align and we get our mind on board with our heart, and we allow our heart to learn to play a part in the progress. And then we act. We get our body on board and we let our body be the very thing that leads us towards the direction of where our heart is guiding us. It's so important that we plug the mind, body, and heart to work together to create the wildest outcomes in our life, a life beyond your wildest dreams. We need to stretch beyond the mind and into what the heart can feel, and then invite the body to apply the action to create that momentum, to put everything you need in place to attract those outcomes. And that is the exact phase of transformation that we are talking about today. Attract, align, act, attract, and let it be a reflection of anchoring at your heart. And trust me, when you anchor at your heart and you let your heart set the direction, it is the greatest catalyst to all change and transformation in your life. So this is the pathway to ongoing change and transformation. It's not a destination that you set one and done. Like I've mentioned throughout these sessions together, it is a compass, and your heart gets to continue to set the direction to guide you back towards your true north. So whether you're in a season of needing to anchor and to connect and clarify what that need is at your heart, what it is that you love and value, maybe you're in a season of coming into deeper alignment, getting the beliefs on board. Maybe you're in a season of taking the action and letting your body be the vehicle that leads you on that path so you can, will, and are capable of attracting those outcomes. So what season are you in? Are you in a season of anchoring, aligning, acting? Because the inevitable is when these components come together, the compound effect of continuously bringing this coherence together here at your heart is attracting new outcomes in your life and tapping into your potential and tapping into the possibility of building a life that reflects your legacy work done with heart. So this is where we're going to be going today. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful that you've continued to take this journey with me. So please bear with me for a moment. I'm going to pull open our slides for today. But who's excited? Who's excited where you're going, where you're heading, what you're creating for yourself? All right, let's go. Who is excited to live their legacy? This is the bridge that allows you to attract your wildest dreams in life. Allow your heart to continue to be the compass. It will take you to great places. It will take you to places that your mind couldn't even imagine. And this is exactly where your legacy comes to life. When you lead with your heart, you show up with integrity, you attract those outcomes, and your purpose becomes your reality. So what does it mean to attract? This is the fourth stage of becoming. This is the natural result of who you become by putting right intention into motion, anchoring at your heart, honoring being in right relationship with this space, most importantly, so that it can be an opportunity for deeper connection in your life to take place. When we allow ourselves to align and plug into our heart, it truly is so life-giving and soul nourishing. You stop chasing your dreams and you become a person who is capable of stewarding them. And that's why it requires your action. We can act on many things. So it's really important that we have the discernment to listen to our ability to act on what is in alignment, what brings us closer to connection to those outcomes that we envision for ourselves. And this is the shift. This is when your life becomes a reflection of what you're choosing to create. We can choose to create from love. We can choose to create from fear. Every single moment, we're offered an opportunity to choose. So you might as well put in the grit, put in the reps, and choose what is a reflection of your heart's way forward. This is how you trailblaze a path that is unique to the life that you get to live. So this is the final shift. This isn't about chasing your future reality. This is about taking the action to create your future reality right here, right now. Your leadership isn't asking if you can create it. Your leadership is asking if you're willing to do the damn thing. So instead of asking yourself, can I? Start asking yourself, can I sustain it? Am I willing to go the distance? Am I willing to stretch beyond the mind to lean into those edge of discomfort so I can meet my greatness? Your edge of greatness is in the edge of discomfort. This is how you stretch into becoming the author of your own reality, flipping the beliefs that we have and to really take ownership for how we choose to lead our life. What do you want to be an author of your life? What do you want to create? You have the choice to choose to create a story of greatness, and it requires your leadership. Are you living from a place of being reactive, or are you living from a place of leading by being responsive? When we get really connected to our heart and we choose to respond from this seat of communication, this is where we start to move on our path of progress instead of the limitations of the mind, and we start to tap into the potential of the heart. The greatest investment you'll ever make is in yourself. You are the one person who is with you every single second, every single step of the journey. So you might as well get in relationship with how you're choosing to lead yourself through all of it. Are you your own best cheerleader? Are you your own advocate? Are you your own best ally? This is a huge part, not only in how you grow personally, but also how you grow professionally. Your business can only expand at the level of you being willing to expand within yourself. You must become a leader rooted in self-love so that you can continue to take the action steps that allow you to create a thriving business. One where the inner critic doesn't run the show. One where your true self gets to be the leading author of your life. So you must confront everything that is not that so that you can step into being a steward of your mission. Your mission is going to ask you to step into an identity that you have not met yet before, but yet you feel it. There's a stirring, there's a knowing in your heart. You've gone on the journey, you've gone the distance, and you get to hold yourself to that highest standard so you can walk your talk, so you can be an example of what's possible. And this is where imposter syndrome holds no power over you in the journey. When you show up with integrity and you live a life authentically and you practice what you preach, this is where your leadership is magnetic. And simply through just being you and going on your human experience and embarking upon your path of growth, you're able to hold your mission and steward your vision, most importantly. So I want to look at this lens through legacy. The only way to bring your legacy forward is you must move. Nothing can be created without action. Your movement, your decisions are the very thing that compound and place momentum into motion. So you get to start asking yourself the choices you make, the ways that you position yourself, the ways that you show up, most importantly, does it expand your impact? You must act on what it is that you desire for your impact to not only touch and change your own life, but to also bring transformation to the lives of others. Your story matters. Your story is your authority. The things that you have gone through in life, the trials, the tribulations, lead you towards your path of victory over defeat, trauma versus triumph, and you get to build a life that you deeply value through honoring yourself. So let the things that you act upon in your life reflect what you value. Is it in alignment? Does it reflect what I believe to matter most to me? And then you allow yourself to take the action. And when you allow yourself to move in a way that's truly in alignment of what's in the highest service to all parties involved, when we truly honor this place of what's in the highest service to all parties involved, this is the very bridge where you get to leave the world, the relationships, the people, the places, the spaces you go better than when you found them. This is where the ways that you show up gets to create a positive impact for the people that you serve. Your leadership matters. So let your leadership reflect who you are becoming. Make those decisions that align with what you value. This is how you form a new value, a new identity. This is how you set the standard in your life. And this is how you build legacy work done with heart. And when you build this version of you, this is how you serve your people at the highest capacity. Become someone who is capable of holding that vision. And in becoming someone who can hold that vision, you can invite people to take that mission with you and to advocate for a cause much bigger than yourself, much bigger than themselves. And this is where you get to create a ripple, a wave of change. And it starts with you taking responsibility in how you choose to show up in your life. Do your decisions reflect what is life-giving and in the highest alignment with your vision? You must take on the identity and become that version of you to truly step into that role of leadership in your life so you can move in a way that moves that mission forward. Expand your impact. Make decisions that honor you. Become a leader who's willing and capable of holding it all. Readiness is a choice. Put in the reps. And this is the very thing that unlocks your capability, your pure potential energy that you are, so that you can create a long-lasting impact on the transformation that you're meant to serve in this life. You must move accordingly with that vision on your heart. So the reframe here, this work isn't about you. It starts with you. And then it grows into something so much bigger than you. And this is why you'll hear me again and again say that there's a point in the road where self-love becomes selfless service. And when love truly changes your life, you cannot help but to want to pay it back and give it forward. It overflows from you. And you realize that everything around you is a reflection of the love that you've so boldly poured into you. And that's contagious. Love is contagious. When you rediscover your joy, your passions, you own your talents, and you build a life that you deeply treasure, it becomes so much more than it being about you. This is where your success turns into selfless service success, not surface-based selfish success. And it's rooted in a why so much bigger than what meets the eye. And when you anchor into a why, your heart cares about what it cares about, that stirring, that desire. This is where your life will be different, and it will ask courage of you. It will ask you to start showing up, to be in the mess, to embrace the progress, to not need to be perfect. And this is the very thing that changes everything. When you make it about you, you get stuck in your worries and your fears of failure and are you enough and it needs to be perfect and can I control XYZ to go this way? When you're rooted in something so much bigger than yourself, You care more about the mission, and you care more about who you're here and what you're here to serve. And you recognize that if you don't show up, who misses out if you don't show up? When you start to make it more than just about you, and you start to make it about the mission that you're meant to serve, you're less willing to give your power away to the fear, and you see your fear as the green light. And this is where together you can create unstoppable momentum. When you walk this path with others, we lift each other up. We elevate and expand each other. We're not meant to go on this journey alone. And that's why when we make our work just about ourselves, our own wants, and our own needs, it is so much harder because we become the bottleneck. We are the barrier to separating ourselves from the very thing that we want. When we connect to something so much deeper, more depth, we're able to stay rooted and anchored in our heart and weather any storm that comes our way, and we rise. We're stronger together. We're more innovative together. We can create solutions together, a pathway together. Building together is so much easier than building alone. You don't need to carry all the weight and the responsibility of your movement on your own, and that you can move it together and make your work about something so much bigger than yourself. This is the Heart Quest truth. This is the very core foundation of compassionate leadership. Your business is more than a business. Your business is an ecosystem to change lives. Your business is a vehicle for contribution. Your platform is here to create transformation. This is where you owning your gifts becomes someone else's breakthrough. And ultimately, you break free from the walls of armor, the patterns of self-protection, the trapped limitations of the inner critic, and you build from your heart. And your work becomes service. When you start to become an advocate for self-love and you allow compassion to lead you, compassion gets to fuel your passion. And this is where you can continue to act accordingly. And what would love do? And your service becomes impact. And your impact becomes legacy work done with heart. Compassionate leadership isn't about never feeling the fear. It is about doing it scared and doing it with love, because it brings you more excitement than not doing it at all. The separation, the loneliness, the disconnection, the isolation from what you want, that pain hurts more than doing it messy, than getting it wrong. Guess what? Every opportunity is a chance to recognize what you do want. There's a return on investment in every single decision you make. And when you can have that level of grace and compassion with your journey, you're able to retrieve the wisdom, to dig beneath the surface, and to find the gold in every single experience in your life. And that's how you create a life of legacy. Not from getting it perfect, not from doing it the right way, not from controlling it all, from doing the damn thing and experiencing what you're meant to go on so that you can enrich the soil and allow yourself to retrieve the wisdom that's there beneath the soil. Your life experiences are fertilizer for your movement. So as long as you keep on moving, you're just going to continue to grow into your wisdom and to share from a place of authenticity and relatability. We are messy humans. Humans are messy. We make mistakes. We fall down. And a legacy leader chooses to rise and get back up again. And from that place, that's where you can truly lift another person up. I've been there. I've walked through something similar. I've got you. I see you. This is where we create long-lasting change. This is how compassionate leadership changes lives. So the legacy equation, we live life with purpose. We live life on purpose. We choose to see the purpose in everything. That's what compassionate leaders do. To have that love, that grace, that permission to surrender, to go the distance. This is how you can start to steward your dreams. This is how you steward your mission. You take the consistent action. We don't start, stop, start, stop. It takes so much more energy and effort to start, stop, start, stop. We don't just bulldoze through. There's a cadence. Right? Think about the ocean. The waves aren't always the same, but the waves are always waving. So you get to constantly stay in motion and in connection with that higher vision for yourself and for your life, and for life, most importantly. To choose your joy, you must feed it daily. What do you enjoy? Embark upon the adventure that life is. Go on the journey. Put in the reps. Practice taking the steps, and practicing taking the steps, you continuously get prepared for the journey. Your action is necessary. And it takes way less energy to just take one step at a time. Give it your best. Feed and fuel your joy. And this is where lives change. We need joy. It is fuel to our heart. And when you discover what you enjoy, those passions, those talents, you step into your strength, you own your gifts, you pay it forward. Oh, it's so magnetic. When we're in our joy is magnetic. People feel that. That's when you're in your most authentic expression and you're in your own zone of genius. We all have a different expression for joy, a different desire, a different need, a different why we care what we care about. And we get to steward that so you can build a life that changes lives, changes generations, changes communities. The 1% doesn't focus on building a business. They focus on building an ecosystem. What is it that you're developing? What systems are you creating? What lives are you changing? What ripple will continue long after you're gone? What am I creating that my family, my community, my clients will inherit? These are the questions that you get to start asking yourself. This is the very difference between building a business that's a service versus building a business that's a brand, that's a movement. When you start to ask who or what it is that you're creating, you're for a very specific audience and a very specific need. And from that point, you can come together in community and stand for something together, to be an advocate for something together. We all want to advocate for something. And when we're clear on what you're developing and what it is that you're creating, there becomes a shared value that you and your community start to meet each other at. And what does that create? What does that build? So you must start to ask yourself, what's the who or the what? And in bringing the who or the what forward, what am I changing? What system am I creating? Is it a safer world, safer household, safer communities? For me, I truly believe that a safer world starts in a safer household. And a safer household starts with building a safer home within yourself. And then you can bring that level of presence and safety to your relationships. And it starts with bringing it to the relationship with yourself. And that level of vulnerability and connection can start to ripple far beyond just the home within you, the home within your physical dynamic of your relationships, and out and into the world. That's why I'm an advocate for safety at the home front, land, sea, and communities. to be a voice for those who don't have a voice. It starts with having a voice for myself and advocating for my wants, my needs. And to remind others that you can advocate for your wants and your needs and live a life that reflects what you truly need to thrive and to no longer survive and interrupt those patterns of survival. I experienced tremendous abuse growing up in survival patterns. And the abuse started at a young age in my household. And then the patterns of abuse rippled out into my relationship dynamics outside of the house. And it wasn't until I started to embark upon my own self-love journey, I was able to start to shift those dynamics and experience a much safer world within me and around me. And then what part can I play in bringing a safer, more thriving world forward? Advocating for the reefs, advocating for children, advocating for self-love, so that we're not constantly running on those outdated patterns of inner critic and judgment and projection. And instead, I choose to stand for what would love do? Connection over separation. That's where true change can start to happen. So what are you creating as a result of who or what you're serving? What lives are changed because of that? What's the ripple that will continue? My children's children will get to experience a different level of safety and agency over themselves, a different level of being able to say yes to life from love, not fear. Like that fuels me to remind not only my own children's children, but to remind all of you right here, right now, that we can say yes to life from love and not fear, and to choose to decide that. And I'm not saying it doesn't feel scary, but we get to be more excited about the outcome of what is possible from choosing that. And then taking on the identity of someone who can steward love over fear. So, what is it that you're creating? How is it going to impact your family, your community? What will your clients inherit? A lot of my clients share that they feel more present, more calm, more confident, more trusting. What a beautiful thing to pass on to others. And there's something beautiful inside of your heart that only you can pass on to others. Emotional freedom is your pathway to success in your life. The second that we stop choosing to live for the reactive states of our emotions and we choose to respond to what it is that we desire and to begin to put that emotion in place, your life will change. The world will change. One person is enough. You are enough. So steward your vision and invite others to take that mission with you. Extraordinary leaders don't wake up and ask, well, how do I make more money? How do I do this? How do I do that? They start to ask better questions. It's not about getting stuck on the how. It's about starting to allow yourself to get curious around, how do I create more value? How do I serve at a higher level? How do I create opportunities outlive me? This is the true pathway to abundance. When we make it just about money milestones, it will fall flat. You'll constantly be striving and chasing that next outcome. When you build something from abundance, you serve at the highest level of what supports all parties involved. Building a business that changes lives, that outlasts you and ripples on to future generations, it's not about the money. It's about the impact. It's about the service. Does income allow impact? Yes. Can I pour into causes that I care about, like replanting the reef next year, giving back to suicide prevention nonprofits, offering financial funding to those with mental health adversity situations that are lacking financial resources? Yes. Has income allowed me to do that? Yes. And your integrity matters. Your integrity is the very thing that allows influence and to influence your movement. So show up in a way where you're creating from being in the highest service, and the money will just follow. As an entrepreneur, your money seasons are going to titrate. And if you're just only attached to money fueling you to moving forward, you will fall flat. There's seasons where it titrates. Welcome to the entrepreneur journey. Let's just call it out for what it is. And when you create from a place of impact, what is the opportunity that my movement is bringing forward? You will understand what the opportunity cost is of not showing up, the real cost of what is truly matters and is meaningful. Money comes and goes. Creating an opportunity that outlives you, that's permanent. This is how you build a business that is about contribution and being in service at a high level in your leadership. Money matters, but it's not the only thing. And when you make money the only thing in your business, you're going to be attached to the numbers instead of surrendering to the mission at hand. There's a level of liberation and freedom that comes when you choose to serve in a way that fuels your why. The discipline that you will devote yourself to won't be based on circumstances. Well, it's easy to show up when I'm in high seasons of my entrepreneurship journey. It's harder to show up when I'm in a low season, when I'm in a dip. Your mission won't titrate based off of the numbers because your why will weather any storm and will act as fuel to be solution focused in your journey. And when you show up with integrity to care about your why, what matters most to you, people feel that. Authenticity is refreshing and magnetic, and it will attract those who are meant to go on the journey with you. At the end of the day, you're already building your legacy. So are you creating one that's a story worth telling? Or are you building a legacy that plays out the victim and the survivor tendencies, the fear patterns, the reactive states? Or are you building a legacy that reflects what you choose to create today, who you choose to rise into now? Your willingness to come back to love again and again and again matters. Let that be the very thing that builds a legacy in your life. To shift your generations, to shift what was programmed and patterned to you, and to no longer be willing to repeat what you know, and to get familiar with the unfamiliar, and to build an extraordinary life from there. Every conversation you have, is it life-giving or life-defeating? Every client you have, are you holding them to the highest standard and the deepest reverence and care? Every post, are you showing up from a place of authenticity or being performative? Are you being authentic or are you putting on a mask? What are you building through every single decision in your life? Are you choosing to show up as you, or are you choosing to show up as the perfect version of you? What promises are you keeping to yourself? I can or I can't. What opportunities do you say yes to? The thing that brings connection or separation? This is when you can start to recognize the way that Life touches you and you touch life. Fear versus love, two energies that exist. Our words hold power, so speak life into your vision. Speak life into your clients. See them in their success. Hold them to the highest standard. Show up with integrity in your posts. Share your story. Be seen. Invite people into your world. Make the decision to choose your mission. Keep that promise to yourself and say yes to that. And watch the way you will change lives. So we're going to move into our final action steps for this challenge together. Go all in, baby. Let's double down. Let's triple down. Let's quadruple down. The time is now to live your legacy, to attract those outcomes. Know that what we focus on, we attract. So focus on your mission. Stay focused on your vision. And remain anchored at your heart, most importantly, and go all in on that assignment there. So complete one courageous action. Choose the action that's going to move the needle forward in your meaningful work. If there's an opportunity you've been waiting to receive, ask for it. Use your words. Have that conversation. Use your voice as a tool. Use your stories as a gift. What can you share with others? Maybe there's a podcast you want to go on. Maybe there's a certain center or business or nonprofit that you would love to share your talents at. Maybe there's a certain cause that you're an advocate for. Put yourself out there. Send that email. Make that call. Go knock on the door of your heart and open up the door to let yourself receive whatever that is that you've been wanting. Ask for it. Or go create an authentic post or email, or maybe you're holding a circle or a workshop and you can start to weave in storytelling behind the work that you're doing. For example, next week I'm hosting a Park Pilates social series gathering, and I love to share how Pilates was a really powerful next step in me healing my depression. And I open up and I story share on why I care about Pilates and why it's such a fun part of my expression and how it met needs in different ways for me. So tell a story behind the work that you do. Or share your mission with 5 new people. Send that text, send that audio, make that phone call. Put yourself out there for connection. So pick the one that speaks most true to you. That's going to be the thing that moves the needle forward in your mission. For example, with my retreats, I reach out for sponsorship. I spark those conversations. I send out that invitation. With our Fiercely Fulfilled live event for the Coral Reef Replant Project, for our leadership conference next year, I reached out. I saw the individuals I reached out to. I acknowledged their heart, their caring heart that I see in this world. And I wanted to invite them in on the project to see if they'd be open to sponsoring and creating a partnership pathway to where we can move our movements together. And I had those conversations and I leaned into that edge. So what can you do to move the needle forward in your business? Share your heart. When you anchor here and you share your heart here and you let it set the direction and you choose to align and you take those actions, you will attract those outcomes. It's inevitable. So I want you to pause and just to take a moment to look at how far you've come. We've anchored at our heart. We've aligned our mind with our mission. We've built courage through our actions. And you've expanded your capacity to attract a life that reflects your values. If you've been showing up and you've been taking the action steps, know that you're not the same person who joined this challenge. You're someone who doesn't talk about it. You're leaving this experience someone who bees about it and you do the damn thing. You move an idea into aligned action. It's one thing to have a great idea, it's another thing to act on that. And that's when your idea turns vision into reality and your actions create a new identity in the leader that you choose to be in your life. You were never meant to build this alone. There will always be responsibility asked of you in stewarding your vision forward, which means your environment is so important to surround yourself by other leaders, coaches, mentors, rooms that stretch you. This is how you continue to grow and gain perspective and also recognize that your big dreams really aren't as scary as you think they might be at times. We need to surround ourselves with other visionaries, others that have a big, caring, beautiful heart, and most importantly, are willing to double down on it. When we have communities that remind us of who we are becoming, we become that version of ourselves together. And we all get to shine and rise together. There is a return on your energy. There is a return on your investment when you invest in the right people, places, and spaces. We get to have a light heart about our mission. And when we try to carry it all on our own, it can feel heavy when we carry the weight of the world all on our own versus coming together and collaborating with others. Nothing was ever built alone. Look around the room you're in right now. How many people do you think work together on this project to build your house, to build your car, to craft this computer? How many people came together to bring this together? We are designed to be creators. Like literally, think about all the animals on the planet. And like, yes, they create nests and dams and all these other things, but look at how innovative humans are. What is possible when you surround yourself with other people who are solution focused in life? We gain a wider range of perspective and we can see beyond what only we can see. And we can create an open pathway to trailblaze change together and be unstoppable. We can do so much more together as a team. And this really is the heart of why I created Fiercely Fulfilled. So Fiercely Fulfilled is my 12-month business legacy program, and it is all about stepping into leadership and building an ecosystem in your business, surrounding your business, in a way where you can really bring your meaningful work forward and to do it in a way where it's sustainable for the long term. We don't decide to build a legacy to just show up for a season or two, to just play one round of the game and then, all right, I'm done. When you are about building a legacy, you get to do it in a way where it is sustainable and life-giving and nourishes the cause that you stand for, nourishes the clients that you serve, nourishes your own life, and there gets to be this reciprocity in the ecosystem of it being nourishing and sustainable. This is when your business can continue to expand and expand and expand. When you're rooted in the right environment, your seed will continue to grow and to take deeper roots and sprout and blossom and all the beautiful things that you will go through on your entrepreneur journey. We all need somebody. And there's a compound effect that happens when we surround ourselves with other leaders. What we build together is magnetic. And inside the 12-month program, you'll receive mentorship, leadership development. We've got mastermind sessions, hot seat Q&A. We'll be doing nervous system resilient work, working with your somatic system. And then tangible action steps. We're going to be focusing on not needing to carry it all on your own. And how can you really clarify your message, your offer suite? How can you put systems in place that work for you so that you can give your time and your energy where your zone of genius is the most magnetic and impactful? A lot of the times we spend so much time trying to wear all the hats in our business. What would happen if you wore the hat that you're meant to wear in your business and you discovered other systems that support you and work in service for you and work in service for those that you're meant to serve? Think about how much more you can accomplish, how much more you can be in your zone of genius, not trying to do it all. And in not trying to do it all, you become a leader who is capable of stewarding your mission for the long term. So strategy is important, implementation is important, but also doing things in a way that reflect what your heart needs matters most too. You also get to be in an ecosystem of purpose-driven entrepreneurs, to be around other visionaries and other change makers who are leading life on their own terms. I know there's so many times where I show up to a mastermind call and the value that I take away just simply through other leaders showing up and asking their own questions expands me beyond what I didn't even see at times. We need to be around other people. It's the only way we learn and grow. We didn't learn how to talk and walk and eat on our own. We did it with others. So stop trying to do your business all on your own. This is where the lone wolf entrepreneur journey ends. And we get to be a part of a pack and stand for something and create unstoppable momentum in our business. So each month we'll be focusing on tangible action steps that build our business, expand our offers, scale our impact, leverage systems, grow our community, most importantly. And then we also get to network with each other and putting together really fun experiences where we get to network, putting you in a leadership position to get visible, use your voice, connect with other people, share your offerings. So this isn't about just working on your business. This is about working in a collaborative way in and on your business. It takes a village to raise a village. So let's move our movements together. So right now I am offering founder member bonuses. These are going to expire. So if you are interested, I only have 7 spots left. Once the first 10 spots are full, I will be closing down the founder member bonuses. Right now, I'm offering one-on-one monthly coaching sessions. And then after the first 10 founding members, it's going to just be quarterly bonus sessions. And then eventually you will have to upgrade into private coaching. So there is going to be different pathways that as this program continues to evolve and our community continues to grow to thousands of individuals, eventually these pathways are going to close. So if you're wanting to lock into community, you see the value of doing this along the side of others. Right now, my founding member spot is going to be here only for a limited time. So this is a really, really epic opportunity to get to join in, pioneer, go first, and to build your business for the long game. I'm also going to be offering 2 VIP tickets to an in-person network event and the leadership conference. As I shared the Fiercely Fulfilled event previously with you, in Key Largo, we're going to be doing a Replant the Reef project for advocating for mental health. We also are going to be supporting suicide prevention causes, and then really stepping into a powerful leadership container around pursuing our passions and living our most meaningful and fulfilling life. And that's going to be in Key Largo, Florida. And then I'm also hosting another event in Chicago for a health and healing half-day beach cleanup. And we'll get to also have a vendor booth networking experience. I'm all about supporting those that join and scaling and growing their business. We're not just going to be working on our business, we're growing our business. Most importantly, to get yourself out there, to put yourself in the rooms of those that you're meant to be serving. I will also be opening up speaking opportunities in the Inspiration is Life community. This is a leadership container. So getting your voice out there, getting your mission out there, sharing your impact. I'm so excited. I'm all about a collaborative mind and a collaborative spirit and what we can do together when we come together. So I want to position all of you in the community and share your movements, go live, get on podcasts, do stories, collaborate, put you in front of our audience. And then you will get priority access to our 2027 events. I love community events. Community building is something that I deeply value, to build those direct relationships and to walk a lifetime with others. There's just something so special and so meaningful about that. And I'm also going to be supporting those in the community in leveraging and growing their own community events and experiences. I've been hosting retreats now for almost 10 years, and we have a lot of continuity in our retreats as well. Lots of continuity in the community in general. So this is another thing that we're going to be diving into, is continuity and cadence in your business, to community grow, to relationship build through your offerings, through your offer suite. We'll also be dialing in and clarifying your messaging and getting confident about your message, to be bold in your message, to go for it most importantly. And then there will be a limited time available for these bonuses. So as I mentioned, there's only 7 founder member spaces left at this point. And then once they're closed, they're closed. And you'll continue to see the tiers in our community have different pathways to join us. Scaling my business, serving one-to-many is important. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to scale your business in a way so that you can have the time freedom that's necessary to serve the impact that you're here to serve. You get to thrive in every single aspect of your life, and to not be work, 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 all work, no play. We also get to take time to care about our life in other ways beyond our business, because how we live our life outside of our business only acts as fuel to feed our business. So I will be supporting you guys in how to leverage your business with different systems that allow you to have time freedom and accessibility to other things that you love to do, and to really build a community that is unique and is an expression of your heart and your soul and the work that you're here to do. So the founding member investment is $3,150. Once those spots are full, the price increases to $5,000. Enrollment will be closing July 10th at 10 p.m. CST time. So you have until Friday. After this deadline, the founding member price is not going to be offered again, and it's going to be moved up to the $5,000. So know this is the final opportunity to get it while it's hot before we raise our prices here. So I hope to connect with you guys. I will be sharing a form in our private Telegram channel for you to fill out the application. There is an application to fill out for this process. I can't wait to hear about where you are in your business, what you're working on your business, what you'd like to step into and grow into. You are so worthy and deserving of expanding this movement. The people that you're meant to serve matter and need your light. Not only do you need your light, but the world needs your light, and those that are who you're meant to serve need your light. And nothing brings me more joy than witnessing other people step into the seat of leadership with their life, to be the captain of their own life, to go the distance and to bring change forward. We are capable of so much more than what we think at times. So even with doing the nervous system resilient work, we're going to be rewiring our system, forming new beliefs, gaining the clarity and the confidence through taking the actions, most importantly. And with the hot seat Q&A coaching, you'll have opportunity week after week to connect with me and to share with me in real time where you are in your process. So I don't do cookie cutter, one size fits all strategy approach, because your heart is the thing that sets the direction. So we will be embarking upon the Heart Quest journey together so that you can bring your legacy work forward that reflects it being done with your heart, most importantly. There will be set steps that are helpful and are proven to work in business. And then there's also a lot of gray areas to owning your own zone of genius so that your business is magnetic in a way that reflects your mission. So we are bridging the intuitive, creative with having the analytical and more intellectual approach to things because we need the both and to have the discernment to know what your way is most importantly, to not dilute our mission in the name of trying to do it all and instead leveraging systems that are actually supportive to you. So I'm holding nothing back in the Fiercely Fulfilled program. We are going full send, and I'm so excited for the leaders that choose to take this journey with us. Thank you so much for taking this current journey over these last 4 sessions together. And if you choose to deepen the work here, it would be such an honor and such a privilege to serve you in this way. Otherwise, until we meet again, you know I've always got offerings going on in the community. I'm also going to share a link to join us in our free Telegram community where each month we dive into leadership themes and I share 5 days of micro trainings in there. Would love to go on a deep self-reflective journey with you in the Telegram channel. If you feel like your road is complete here and you've received all the value that you need in this season of life with the visibility challenge. It's been an honor to take this journey with you. If you're ready to deepen and you're ready to go all the way in, the next step is to fill out the Fiercely Fulfilled application. And we will have a one-on-one call. And I'm also offering a business audit with these calls at that time too. We'll clarify your goals, we'll clarify the bottleneck, we'll clarify where you're going, and we'll clarify the type of support that you're desiring to receive most importantly in this season of your business. So thank you so much. It's been such a joy and such an honor to lead you all, and I look forward to continuing to connect more.